All right. Interns. We had our first intern last year. Those people who are doing artwork, especially for college credit or for high school credit, need to get in touch with us because we want to expand that. But that does not mean that you have to be an artist to be an intern. So those people who are in high school and are willing to do intern work for some pet project, as long as that pet project is absolutely school credit, and we have a meeting with the instructor to talk about it and set some guidelines and some hardcore commitments. We want those people. We want some interns because it's a fantastic opportunity for these people to get a really awesome piece on their resume. And I think, there's one other thing I'm going to mention, and that's okay. Mike Fuller and I were talking at Con last year. We have quite a bit of sound equipment now. We're ready to maybe branch out a little bit. So one of the things we want to look at is actually getting some television equipment to use for main events and possibly for main and live events. This is something that would have to go through David and facilities if we want to try to broadcast it through the hotel. But we need to start thinking about how we want to do that, what technology we want to engage in, and basically get that ball rolling. So those are the... Oh, question, Mike.
If we're broadcasting it, are we also going to have that played in like the live events room as an overflow seating area?
Live events will not be an overflow seating. We're really going to be using both, and I'm really hoping that we can get away from having to have overflow. You haven't seen the new hotel. The main event space is huge. Yes?
Well, if it's broadcast, can't you do CC through the hotel system?
That's what we're aiming for.
That's
the yeah.
That's why I know Norwestcon and Oricon, I think possibly have done that in the past for a lot of their events.
Yeah.
They do have a capacity.
Okay. So those are...
CCTV can't take live from there.
Offline.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the things I want to get out there, get people kind of thinking about. That's the stuff we'll be working on during breakouts. Do you have anything for the good of the order, Joe? Yes.
Small suggestion. Oricon and the other conventions do this. How about some anti-fume or air filters or something?
We're going to be talking to them about that, actually. We just haven't had a real chance to really engage in the Oricon GameStorm group. Mainly because we were focused on Kumoricon this year until really October. Kumoricon happens in a couple of weeks, so it's a little short notice on either. But we will be talking to them about next year, and we definitely will be talking to GameStorm about stuff we can do for them. All right, Secretary has the floor.
Okay, so what I have is Joe's definitions of the stuff on the board up here, which is kind of close, but not necessarily exactly what you'll find in Robert's. The general definition that I like to use is report if you're going to say it and nobody else needs to talk about it. If you could write it down and hand it in, and that would be all that needed to be done with it, then it's a report. If it's an unfinished business, it's something that we talked about last time, but we didn't actually get done. So that would also cover stuff that was like prearranged for a special event, special presentation. We're probably going to have more opportunity, if any, for that in the general meetings than we do in the exec meetings, which is why I brought it up. After unfinished business, the new business, that should be stuff that's actually given to me to put on an agenda so that we know what's coming so we can better manage our time. Yeah.
How soon in advance?
Do you have a preference?
I would say 2 weeks in advance, just in case if for whatever reason it's relayed for me and I have to relay it back to Joe. Would that seem reasonable to you?
We like having things at least a week in advance, but if you don't get it to us in time, that does not actually preclude you from bringing it up during the meeting. This is not something to make it difficult to get stuff onto the floor. It's just to help manage our time better. So new business is stuff that needs to be voted on by the body and has not been discussed before. Good to be order are general announcements, stuff that you might have a little bit of discussion, but not really a vote, stuff that's fun, stuff that is for the general good of everybody here. If it's good for just your particular group, then actually it should be addressed in a breakout session. And I hope you know what adjourning means.
All right, we're just going to walk down this way and then walk down out. So,
For what? Round table, good of the order.
round table, good of the order. Do you have anything? Don't?
Okay, so there's been a lot of interest on the forums about a dance, and we've got a tentatively scheduled one in January and February. So the question is, what kind of dance are we looking at? There's been talk of a masquerade, another masquerade. There's been talk of a sock hop. I've heard mention of somebody wanting just a plain anime music dance. So we need to decide, because I really don't want to run 2 dances again, unless we absolutely have to. So what's people's interest? I mean, here's your chance to pipe in. What would you like to see?
I think the anime music is really cool.
Dolly?
Just a general comment. Whatever we do, I want it to be as general to include as many people as possible. Things that have strict dress codes to exclude people who maybe can't go out and buy a fancy dress.
Jess?
A sock hop with actual socks.
Hush.
Okay.
I definitely think an anime music dance with possibly a lot of video game remixes as well might benefit a lot of us. Because that way you can dress up pretty much however you want, and you can help cosplay some of your favorite characters too.
Kate?
Sweet and I actually ran into a guy at Stumptown Coffee last weekend who does live visuals for dances and raves and stuff, and I got his information, possibly for Kumoricon in general or maybe one of these dances. I don't know who to give it to.
Amber?
At the last mini, or not the last one, actually mini-con this year, we did have some discussion with a group of people about an anime dance where you would dress in cosplay or in semi-formal, which would be more apt for people that just wanted to kind of quasi-dress up instead of, full dress and tuxedo or whatnot. So we'd be playing like...
What he's wearing over with next
Yes, exactly. So it would be a lot easier for anybody to go and be more encouraging towards anime music from video games, from the animes itself, and maybe with some techno thrown in there just because it fits.
Anybody else?
Oh.
I know you're biased towards swing dance. Anybody else?
I especially love the DJ that worked Saturday night that apparently had like every single fan of whatever working that did all the techno, the female DJ. I don't know her name or anything, but I'm just thinking that'd be a fantastic thing to mix with the live visuals, whatever thing, along with like a general whatever. I mean, she mixed everything from the music videos to the video games, everything else. I think she'd be perfect for it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Jess?
What about like kind of like luau dance? You know, those shift things. You know, grass skirts, kind of like a little bit of.
Okay,
Yeah.
luau would have to be more summer-ish.
Summer.
Yeah. Because we got snow last year at the masquerade. So.